There is a question that every person in his mind has ever come through. That's the question of life. Why do so many people die waiting for their moment of opportunities while others make things to move in their favor? The answer is based in understanding one principle of truth, that none was born to wait. We were born to create. Inside of everyone now lives a force that can transform nations, yet many sit on such potentials, waiting for someone else to discover, or even waiting for the right time and permission to be great. We need to understand something outstanding today. The most catastrophic thing in life is not death, but a life lived waiting for opportunities that never come. I do see birds of the air wait for none to build their homes. They gather materials piece by piece, creating what they needed. We can't wait for opportunities to fall from heaven like manna, but God has given us ability to create like He created. We must understand, opportunity is not something that happens to you or to us, but something that happens through us. The power of our existence carries the capacity to create. When God formed man from the dust of the ground, He didn't just made a creature, but He made a creator. I'm sure we are pregnant with possibilities, but many of us are in the waiting room of life, hoping someone will call our names. Listen, every great invention and any other thing, great things started because someone refused to wait. They understood that opportunities doesn't knock on doors, but it responds to those who knock. Someone somewhere needs to create time. Our lives is too precious to waste in the waiting room. The time we spend waiting could be the time spent creating. Every second you are alive is ready with opportunity, but possibility with action is like a seed without soil. It can never grow into reality. The world is not waiting for another consumer. The world is waiting for another creator. The world is not waiting for more followers, but for leaders who will create solutions. Our families doesn't need another spectator. They need another person who will create a legacy. Waiting mindset kills our future while keeping us alive to watch it happen. Many of us are waiting right now, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for conditions to improve, waiting for someone to notice our talent. The shock is, waiting is not patience. Waiting is fear dressed in a Sunday cloth. When we are truly patient, we are actively preparing. But when we are waiting, we are actually and actively wasting. Every morning when we wake up, God deposits 86,400 seconds into our account. We cannot save them. We can't get a refund. We can't carry it over to tomorrow. What we don't use, we usually lose. And yet, we spend those golden times and seconds waiting. We say, when I get married, I will be happy. When I get the promotion, I will start my business. When my children grew up, I will do this and that. The danger of passive existence is that it feels comfortable. It feels safe. It feels responsible. We should understand that everything that's alive is growing, is changing, and everything that's changing is uncomfortable. If we are comfortable, we are not growing. And if we are not growing, we are actually dying. Waiting is a form of self-sabotage because it violates the very principles of creation. When God created the heavens and the earth, He didn't wait for something to happen. The earth was formless and void, but God didn't wait for someone or technology to appear. He spoke it into existence. He didn't wait for light to show up. He created it. We are made in His image, but we are waiting for opportunities instead of creating them. Why this waiting mindset is killing our future? Every time we wait, we are making a declaration to the universe that we are not ready for responsibility. Every time we wait, we are telling our potential that it's not welcome to manifest yet. Every time we wait, we are practicing the art of dying slowly. We are waiting for God to open a door, but God is waiting for us to build the door. He gave us the materials, our minds, our talents, our time, our energy. He gave us the blueprints, our dream, our vision, our purposes. But He's waiting for us to stop waiting and start creating. The pain and the tragedy is that many of us have turned waiting into a spiritual virtue. We call it faith, but it's actually fear. Real faith doesn't wait things to happen. Faith calls things to happen. Faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Notice, it says substance. Substance is something tangible, something you can touch, something you can create. We can step into our true identity as creators by understanding what opportunity really means. Most of us have completely wrong concept of opportunity. We think opportunity is like a train that comes by, and if we miss it, we have to wait for another or the next one. The truth is, opportunity is not something we wait for. It is something we generate from within us. The profound truth is that when God created us, He put something inside of us that the world desperately needs. Our opportunities are not out there somewhere. It is trapped inside of us. The problem is, most of us are looking through our eyes for opportunities when we should be looking through our purposes. Purpose and opportunities are twins. We're born together. Our purposes are like magnet that attracts opportunities. We don't find our purposes, we bring it with us. Everyone was born with a solution to somebody's problem. Our opportunities are directly connected to the problems we were born to solve. When a woman sees her child in danger, she doesn't wait for an opportunity to save the child. The opportunity is created by the problem. The greater the problem, the greater the opportunity. But most of us are running away from problems. And then we wonder why we can't find opportunities. Every frustration we face is announcing an opportunity. Every problem we encounter is presenting us with a chance to create something new. But most of us miss opportunities because we are looking for convenience instead of looking for problems to solve. We usually miss opportunities because they often come dressed and look like hard work. They come disguised as problems, challenges, and obstacles. While everyone is complaining about their darkness, if we understand opportunity, we should be busy inventing a light bulb. In every environment, there is a problem that nobody is solving. There is a need that nobody is meeting. There are questions that nobody is answering. These aren't obstacles for our success. These are raw materials for our opportunities. But we are waiting for opportunity to knock on our doors. while opportunity is waiting for us to build the door. Relationship between purpose and opportunity is like a key and a lock. Our purpose is the key that unlocks opportunities. But where we don't understand is that we have to insert the key. We have to take action. Action is like a key that never leaves our pocket as potential, but it's useless until it's used. We miss opportunities because we are looking something big and spectacular, but real opportunity often starts small. It starts with one individual. It starts with solving one problem. It starts with answering one lead question. Let's stop looking for opportunities and start looking for problems to solve. Stop waiting for your chance and start creating chances for others. Stop asking when will my opportunity come and start asking what problems I might call to solve. Can we understand our design? Somebody need to understand the design of your life and who you are. When God created humanity, He didn't just create another species. He created creators. This is a biblical principle in the very first chapter of Genesis. God makes a declaration that many of us have read but few have understood. He says, let's make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion. Notice the connection, image and dominion goes together. We cannot separate our identity from our authorities. We cannot disconnect our nature from our function. The first thing God does after creating humanity is give them mandate to be fruitful, to multiply, to replenish the earth, and subdue it. Consider these words. These are not passive words. He didn't say wait and see what happens. He didn't say he hopes something good comes along. He commanded us to create, to produce, to generate. Our design is profound. When God breathed into man, He wasn't just giving life. He was transferring creative power. The same spirit that hovering over the waters now lives inside of us. But many of us are living like consumers when we were designed to be creators. Consumers wait for things to happen, while creators make things happen. Consumers ask, what isn't for me there? Creators ask, what can I contribute? Consumers see problem and complain. Creators see a problem and innovate. Consumers drain resources, while creators generate resources. And the world is full of consumers, and that's the problem. We have too many people waiting to be served, and not enough people looking to serve. Many are asking, what can I get? And not enough people asking, what can I give? But we need to understand that prosperity follows creativity, not consumption. Everything we are using right now was created by somebody who refused to be a consumer. When God began creating, the earth was without form and void. Don't be afraid of the chaos in your life. This chaos is our raw material for creation. This chaos and confusion is our opportunity to bring order. This darkness is our chances to say, let there be light. The creator's mentality understands that everything we need to create our future is already within our reach. Just like God used the dust of the ground to create man, we can use the resources around us to create our opportunities. But we must stop seeing ourselves as victims of circumstances and start seeing ourselves as creators of circumstances. The interesting thing is that every morning when we wake up, we have a choice to be consumers or creators. Will we wait for those things to happen to us, or will we make things happen through us? Will we use our energy complaining about what's wrong, or will we use our creativity to make things right? Creator's mentality understands that dominion is not about controlling others, but it's about taking responsibility. It's about seeing what could be and bringing it into reality. It's about refusing to accept things as they are when we know they could be better. It's about using our God-given creativity to solve problems and serve others. If we say we are not creative, it's like we are birds and we can't fly. Creativity is not a gift given to a few, but it is a fundamental part of who we are as human beings. The only difference between those who create and those who doesn't is that creators have decided to use what God already put inside of them. This creative power within us operates according to a specific principle. These are laws that govern success. Laws that determine whether we will be creators of opportunities or people who just wishes opportunities will come. First, we must consider the law of preparation. Preparation time is never wasted time. Many want opportunities but are not ready and prepared for them. We want harvest but we haven't planted any seed. We want promotion, but we haven't developed ourselves. The law of preparation states that opportunities meets preparation at the point of action. While someone is sleeping, someone else is preparing something. While others are complaining, we should be developing. It's not about formal education, but personal development. It's about growing our capacity to create. Every book we read, every skill we develop, every relationship we build is part of our preparation. The greater our preparation, the greater our opportunities. But preparation without vision is like a ship without destination. We must understand the power of vision. Vision is not just seeing what is. Vision is what could be and what should be. When God gives us vision, He's not showing us something to admire, but something to create. Vision is our permission to create. Vision is our authorization to build. Many of us are waiting for vision when we should be writing vision. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. Notice it. It doesn't say wait for the vision. It says write it down. Our visions must be so clear that it keeps us awake at night. It must be so powerful that it gets us up in the morning, because vision isn't just about seeing, it's about creating what we see. Some have preparation and vision, but they lack initiative. Initiative is the power to start, and it's crucial. Initiative is the courage to move fast. Initiative is doing what needs to be done without being told to do it. The world doesn't reward people who have good ideas. It rewards people who take initiative with their ideas. While others waiting for permission to start initiative, creators knows that their birth was permission to take initiative. Our existence is our authorization, but with initiative comes responsibility, and this is where real test begins. The role of responsibility is what separates dreamers from creators. Responsibility means carrying the weight of our visions. It means being accountable for our actions. It means no excuses, no blame, no justifications. Many of us want authority without responsibility. We want success without accountability. But we need to understand that responsibility is not a burden, it's a blessing. Responsibility is not a punishment, it's a privilege. When we take responsibility, we take control. When we take responsibility, we take power. Everything in creation responds to responsibility. When we plant a seed and take responsibility for watering it, nurturing it, and protecting it, that seed has no choice but to grow. When we take responsibility for our dreams, our visions, and our goals, they have no choice but to manifest. Preparation makes us ready. Vision makes us focused. Initiative makes us move. Responsibility makes us reliable. When those principles and these principles and laws are working in our lives, we don't have to chase opportunities, but rather opportunities will be chasing us. The tragedy is that we don't understand that these principles are universal. What I mean by universal is that they work whether we believe in them or not. They operate whether we acknowledge them or not. They don't need our approval to operate, but when we align ourselves with them, when we live by them, when we build our lives on them, that's when we become unstoppable. Living these principles requires breaking through the mental barriers that have kept us bound. Limiting beliefs is the biggest prison in the world. Our lives are product of our beliefs, not circumstances, not backgrounds. If we believe opportunities are scarce, we will never create them. Every limiting belief is a lie about our true identity. When we believe we can't create opportunities, we believe a lie about who God made us to be. When we believe we have to wait for our time to come, we are believing a lie about our authorities. When we believe we are not creative enough, we are believing a lie about our design. Fear and doubt are the twin assassins of destiny. Fear tells us what we can't do. Doubt tells us why we can't do it. Fear is not real. Fear is a false evidence appearing real. The only power fear has is the power we give it through our belief system. Doubt is not our enemy. Doubt is our opportunity to exercise faith. Every time doubt comes, it's giving us a chance to strengthen our belief muscles. Every time fear shows up, it's giving us an opportunity to prove it wrong. The problem is not that we have fear. The problem is that we have been listening to them. Developing a creator's mindset starts with renewing our mind. We must intentionally replace every limiting belief with an empowering truth. When our mind says we can't, our spirit must say we were created to. When our mind says it's too hard, our mind says God supplies all our needs. When our mind says, what if we fail? Our spirit must say, what if we succeed? The creator's mindset understands that failure isn't our enemy. Failure is our teacher. Every failure has feedback. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every closed door is an invitation to create our own doors. But we can't develop this mindset while holding on to limiting beliefs about who we are and what we can do. Our minds will always try to protect us from pain, from risk, from failure. But protection from these things is also protection from growth, from success, from creating. We must be willing to be uncomfortable. We must be willing to look foolish for us to be wise. We must be willing to fail forward. The creator's mindset says, I don't know how, but I know who. It says, I don't have all the resources, but I have resourcefulness. It says, I don't see the whole path, but I'm taking the first step. The mindset doesn't wait for confidence. It creates confidence through action. Our visions are more important than our fears. Our purposes are more important than our doubts. Knowledge without action is merely information. But knowledge with action becomes transformation. The framework is to start where we are with what we have. We won't wait for better conditions. Those jobs we don't like, those are our training grounds. Our daily disciplines determine our destinies. Every morning when we wake up, we must decide to be a creator. Every morning when we open our eyes, we must choose to take action. Success is not an event, it's an habit. Consistency beats intensity every time. It's not what we are in for a while that shapes our lives. It's what we are doing daily. Start serving before you are ready. Stop waiting until everything is perfect. Perfection is the enemy of progress. No glory of creation without prize of creation. No crown without a cross. No throne without the thorns. No creation without sacrifice. The cost of leadership is loneliness. When we decide to be creators, we must be prepared to walk alone sometimes. Leaders don't need a crowd, they need conviction. The sacrifice required for our transformation is our comfort zone. We must be willing to give up who we are for who we are called to become. We must be willing to give up what's good for what's best. We must be willing to give up the familiar for the fantastic. Transformation demands that we die our daily old selves. The caterpillar must give up being a caterpillar to become a butterfly. Comfort is our enemy. It will kill our creativities. Comfort will steal our destinies. Our assignment is not to prove critics wrong, but our assignment is to prove our vision right. The pain of discipline weighs ons. The pain of regret weighs tons. The sacrifice of creation is temporary, but the cost of never creating is something permanent to the entire generation, if not changed by you and me.